Hey, you. Yes, you. What comes to your mind when I say Holland?
Je kan er uren slijten, de parken zijn er groen. Je kan er langs de grachten lopen, dat zou je eigenlijk wel eens moeten doen. Je bent er vogelvrij, omdat er alles kan. In elk mensenhart, daar vind je Amsterdam.
Just cheese? Just take a look in that cheese. Yes, go on. Have a good look. The Netherlands is a small country. It's on the North Sea. It's only 300 kilometers long and 200 kilometers wide. The word Netherlands means lowlands, and they're low all right. The west of the country is even lower than the sea. Fortunately, we've got strong dunes holding back the sea, but there are also stretches of coast without any dunes. So the Dutch had to build dikes. Sea dikes, river dikes, big dikes, and little dikes. These dikes enabled us to turn bits of sea into land, using windmills to pump away the water enclosed. A stretch of land you create like this is called a polder. Nowadays we have electric pumps to get rid of the water. Windmills are still built, but these days they're used to generate electricity. To protect the country against floods, big dams have been built in Zeeland and at the mouth of the IJsselmeer. The harbour of Rotterdam's Europort is closed off by two huge sliding doors when the water levels get too high. When you fly over the Netherlands, it looks like patchwork, and sometimes like a painting by Mondrian, the very famous Dutch artist. In spring, tulips bloom in abundance. Tourists come from all over the world to see them. Lots of flowers are sold at auction and exported. Most flowers grow in greenhouses, and so do all kinds of vegetables. Much of the country is covered by meadows, but there are also fields of potatoes, sugar beet, and corn.
Survival tip: bring your own spice. The Dutch are a simple and pragmatic people, and this is obvious when looking at their culinary techniques. They either A, mash the hell out of something, B, boil the life out of something, or C, deep fry the shit out of something. The first two methods are both used to create the long-standing staple of the Dutch diet, stampot. Potatoes and veggies mashed together, smoked sausage on the side, doused in gravy. Voila! A perfect storm of Dutch cuisine. Some critics fault the Dutch kitchen for lacking variety, but that's just not true. What about the Zorkel stampot? Or the andijvie stampot? Or the wortel stampot? See? Variety!
Amsterdam isn't known for its food, but in fact, the city has a rich culinary history that's being rediscovered with the food renaissance happening all over the country. And today, we get to go on a food tour, tasting some fantastic Dutch delicacies. I'm joined by Valerie from Valley La Giraffe.
Hi Giselle, thank you very much. I'm very excited for today's food tour.
Alright, so we're at our first stop of the day at Cafe Prince, and we're gonna have some poffertjes and coffee.
The Dutch poffertjes are actually mini pancakes covered in butter and powdered sugar. And they taste delicious.
I'm eating all of them.
We'll just roll, yeah. Hi!
So I'm putting mustard on the meatball and sausage.
Very good.
Partially chicken, a vegetable out of Suriname, and some spices.
Seems very exotic. An explosion of flavors here in mouth.
Here comes a beer bite.
Now, this cafe is one of the oldest brown cafes in Amsterdam.
So we are at Cafe Poppen Island, and we are having their apple pie that they make here in the cafe downstairs, and it is amazing.
So excited. It's so wonderful. Even good enough for Bill Clinton. He bought a whole apple pie here and brought it to his hotel.
How could one person eat that much apple pie?
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the herring stop.
This is Dirk, guys.
Yeah, hello. This is the herring.
Now I see a few people looking skeptical. Don't worry, it's not biting anymore.
So we're about to have some kibbeling, which is a battered cod, and they actually fry it up here, so it's going to be absolutely fresh. Yeah, it's nothing short of amazing. I think I've loved everything today, but that's because it's actually that good. Lots of eating.
Lots of eating.
So now it's time for some candy. I think we're having some good old-fashioned Dutch drop.
We're passing the Westerkerk, which is right behind me, and this is where Rembrandt is actually buried. That's good. Cheesy! So this is very old Dutch cheese. You can even see the crystals in it. Yeah. You can even taste the crystals. And right now we're having bitterballen with beer. Very tasty meatballs that we dip them in mustard, and then you eat a small piece because they're very warm inside, so be careful.
Definitely the Dutch apple pie.
I like beer. Awesome.
Well, we like the apple pie, and I like the cheese stuff, and I also like the fish.
The Surinamese sandwich was fantastic. I like the Dutch apple pie.
All the things I have to eat.
I don't know about you, but I am stuffed. Today was amazing. So much food, so much fantastic food, and it was a great way, I think anyway, to learn about the city and the culture through the food.
The big cities and industrial areas are in the west. So are the main motorways. But there are also nature reserves, like the Wadden Sea. Birds come from all over the world to nest or spend the winter there. This is a protected area, like all the woods. Oh, come on, don't panic. It's only a cow. The Netherlands has 4 million cows. They are kept for their milk, which we use to make, right, cheese. There's also 1.5 million sheep, 13 million pigs, 98 million hens, 1.5 million dogs, and 2 million cats. The ordinary Dutch live in all kinds of houses in towns and villages. Lots live in Amsterdam, the capital. in Rotterdam, another big city full of modern buildings. Some people live in windmills, or castles, in houseboats, or fairy tale palaces like Sleeping Beauty.
Michiel de Ruiter, Piet Hein, Abel Tasman are just some of our nautical heroes who sailed on ships like these and discovered the world.
At the beginning of the 17th century, the Dutch East India Company became increasingly powerful. It was the beginning of the golden age for the former kingdom of the Netherlands. It was an age in which trade, science and the arts flourished. The relatively small Netherlands landed on many a shore around the globe in that period: Suriname, Indonesia, South Africa and the Netherlands Antilles. Even New York was once called New Amsterdam and was home to many windmills.
Exactly these kinds of chaps. And here at the Zaanse Schans you go back in time and you can see how the Netherlands was during that golden age.
The Netherlands flourished in the 17th century like never before, and at that time the Zaanstreek was the industrial zone of the world. It formed the basis for Verkade chocolate, Albert Heijn supermarkets and the Duivis nut production. The windmills on the Zaanse Schans are still in use. They are used for industries like sawing timber and grinding raw materials for the paint industry.
Wat doet daar een molenaar eigenlijk?
De molenaar is in eerste instantie verantwoordelijk voor een officieel Nederlands Rijksmonument. Het is een vrij bijzondere molen omdat het de enigste werkende verfmolen is ter wereld. Ja. En dus dat is natuurlijk heel aardig dat je aan de ene kant sta je gewoon commercieel in 2013. Ja. Aan de andere kant natuurlijk omgeven met een wolk van nostalgie. Ja.
The oldest houses on the Zaanse Schans are still inhabited. And there are a number of old traditional Dutch trades you can still admire, like making cheese and chocolate, casting tin, brewing spirits and manufacturing clogs.
These are the types of clocks you're used to seeing. But look at this new design, clock 2.0.
Yes, I'd like a one-way ticket to Amsterdam, departing as soon as possible, please.
Dutch history is packed with significant achievements in the arts, business, and indoor plumbing, and they continue to outperform numerous countries, including the U.S., in a variety of areas. Here are 10 things the Dutch do better than Americans. Number 10. Happiness. According to the World Happiness Report 2013 presented to the United Nations, the Netherlands was awarded the 4th spot. The U.S. landed in 17th place. Not entirely bad, but not as impressive. Number 9. Bicycling. While cycling in major U.S. cities presents a number of challenges, in the Netherlands, bikes rule the roads. It's estimated that 70% of all 4-mile and under treks are taken on 2 wheels. Number 8. Wooden shoes. Clogs have been an on-again, off-again trend in American fashion for decades, but among the Dutch, wooden-soled shoes have been found dating back to the 13th century. Prior to the mid-90s, they were even approved for use as safety footwear, although today it's mostly field workers and tourists who buy them. Number 7. Child care assistance. Those in the Netherlands who have children are given generous sums of money by the government to help meet the high cost of raising kids. Reimbursements for daycare are also available. Number 6. Speed skating. During the 2014 Winter Olympics held in Sochi, the Dutch team claimed 23 medals for speed skating and also set a recent record for most gold medals earned in this event. Number 5. Tulips. They're grown in a lot of places, but only Holland has earned itself the nickname the flower shop of the world. The first bulb was planted in the Netherlands in 1593. Number 4. Free time. The Dutch put in about 30% fewer work hours than Americans do. They make less money, but on average their incomes are only about 18% lower. Plus, they don't spend nearly as much on healthcare. Number 3. Remember birthdays. They're a big deal in the Netherlands, so people make sure they know whom to celebrate when. There, it's common to keep a calendar in the one place individuals know they'll visit every day, the bathroom. Number 2. Height. Folks in U.S. have stopped growing, a trend that some attribute to questionable diet and lifestyle habits. Conversely, the average Dutch male is now 6'1", and the mean for females is 5'8". Number 1. Making canals cool. Amsterdam is often called the Venice of the North, as it has a thriving system of waterways that are used to the full extent of their scenic, recreational, and transportation advantage. Venice, California has a few nice ones too, but they're not nearly as extensive. What do you like most about the Netherlands?
The Dutch are mad about sports.
Elfstedentocht in 1986 blijkt de mysterieuze W.A. van Buren een koninklijke deelnemer. Tijdens de rit schaatst prins Willem-Alexander gezellig met Jan Visser.
Nog 65 kilometer. Ik ben benieuwd of hij er veel voor getraind heeft voor deze tocht.
Time to get up. The Dutch start their day with breakfast.
Lekker slapen.
But then everyone goes their own way. Jan first. Then the children are off to school. Mieke is the last to leave. Jan works in the port of Rotterdam. Zanne is 5 and in the second year of primary school. Peter is 12 and in year 8. Next year he'll be going to high school. Ellen is 15 and she's already in high school. Dutch children have to go to school until they're 16. For lunch, the Dutch like sandwiches. All kinds. Meat, peanut butter, ham, cucumber, chocolate confetti, tomato, and of course, cheese. In the evening, they have a hot meal. Potatoes, meat, and plenty of vegetables. After dinner, most people watch television.
De NAVO en de VN-vluchtelingenorganisatie willen...
Or do their homework.
Gaat het?
And then it's time for bed. Sweet dreams, Zanne. In summer, schools close for about 6 weeks. Holiday time. The great thing about living in a flat country is that cycling is so easy. Most of the Dutch love amusement parks. Some days are public holidays and everyone gets the day off. On the 30th of April, the Dutch celebrate the Queen's birthday. The whole country is decorated with red, white and blue flags, and you can see that the Queen belongs to the House of Orange.
Gefeliciteerd. Hoe sexy bent u als de dag? Weet je wat het is? Ik heb geen goede moves, maar zie je niet dat ik precies weet wat ik doe? En ze kan het niet laten, ze kan het niet laten, yeah yeah. Weet je wat het is? Zij komt naar me toe, ze vraagt me ga je lekker? Wat ben je nou aan het doen? En ik kan het niet laten, ik kan het niet laten. Ik zeg, weet je wat het is, baby? Ik voel me sexy als ik dans. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, 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 sexy als ik dans. Hey, voel me sexy als ik dans.
The 5th of December is a special day for children. Sinterklaas, St. Nicholas, sails to the Netherlands in his steamship, and he and his helpers give everyone sweets and presents.
As winter approaches the Netherlands, excitement and anticipation hang heavy in the air. This is because in the second week of November, Sinterklaas, or de Sint, arrives in the Netherlands. From Spain, by steamboat. Obviously, the celebration means happy smiles for the children and an annual racial debate for the adults. How did such a joyful tradition become so controversial? The holiday celebrates St. Nicholas, the patron saint of children, sailors, and stamp collectors. To you, Sinterklaas may resemble a slightly anorexic Santa Claus in formal church attire. No coincidence, as Santa Claus is simply the Coca-Cola Company's more marketable version of Sint. Although Christmas and Santa Claus bear some resemblance, there is one aspect that is markedly different. Blackface. As with any person of his celebrity status, Sint travels with an entourage. These are Zwarte Pieten. These jovial and mischievous chimney sweeps do most of the heavy lifting for their elderly friend. They provide the treats for the good children and the punishment for the bad. A misbehaving Dutch child will not only get no gifts, but Piet will also shove them in a sack, beat them with a stick, and drag them back to Spain. Because the character of Zwarte Piet originated during colonial times, many view the practice as insensitive or racist.
Die Zwarte Pieten, dat kan echt niet meer, toch?
Others see it as an innocent part of a childhood tradition. In fact, millions see it this way. Survival tip. Just agree with everyone. Disagreeing with anyone will undoubtedly turn into a lengthy discussion from which everyone leaves angry, frustrated, and full of delicious paper noten. Certain politicians are trying to enact legislation that would make altering his appearance illegal. Many Dutch argue that the tradition of Zwarte Piet is not racist. These are fictitious characters. Dutch kids are encouraged to love Pieten. It's Muslims they're supposed to fear. Things are changing, though. In some parades, there are no more big wigs, red lips, or gold earrings. The black faces? More like chimney soot streaks. Many businesses are trying to avoid controversy by not selling products with the traditional Zwarte Piet look. In protest, some parents plan on boycotting these stores.
Ik wens je een vrolijk kerstfeest. Ik wens je een vrolijk kerstfeest. Ik wens je een vrolijk kerstfeest. En gelukkig nieuwjaar. Zing samen dit lied. En kijk elkaar aan. Ik wens je een vrolijk kerstfeest. En gelukkig nieuwjaar.
At the end of the year, the Dutch welcome the new year with a big bang. Well, little friend, did you enjoy the journey? And have you learnt a lot about Holland? Good. Good. Now, one more time. What comes into your mind when I say Holland?
Land van duizend meningen, het land van nuchterheid. Met z'n allen op het strand, beschuit bij het ontbijt. Het land waar niemand zich laat gaan, behalve als we winnen. Dan breekt acuut de passie los, dan blijft geen mens meer binnen. Het land wars van betutteling, geen uniform is heilig. Een zoon die noemt zijn vader Piet, een fiets staat nergens veilig. 15 miljoen mensen op dat hele kleine stukje aarde. Die schrijf je niet de wetten voor, die laat je in hun waarde. 15 miljoen mensen op dat hele kleine stukje aarde. Die moeten niet het keurslijf in, die laat je in hun waarde. Chef die echt de baas is, gordijnen altijd open zijn, lunch een broodje kaas is. Het land vol van verdraagzaamheid, alleen niet voor de buurman. De grote vraag die blijft altijd, waar betaalt hij nou zijn huur van? Het land dat zorgt voor iedereen, geen hond die van een goot weet. Met nasi-ballen in de muur en niemand die droog brood eet. 15 miljoen mensen op dat hele kleine stukje aarde. Die schrijf je niet de wetten voor, die laat je in hun waarde. 15 miljoen mensen op dat hele kleine stukje aarde. Die moeten niet het keurslijf in, die laat je in hun waarde.
We're gonna do another episode of Dutch Speak Words.
And I am so nervous.
There is this Twitter account called @DutchSpeakWords that take Dutch expressions, literally translate it into English. I think is the funniest thing in the world. I've collected some of my favorites, and Estee will be guessing what it means.
So here we go. Let's do this.
With you, I have to peel an apple.
With you, I have to peel an apple. That means, like, I love you so much, I want to spend the rest of my life peeling an apple with you in the kitchen and making apple pie. And my grandparents do that when they make pie. They peel the apples together. Is that close?
I only wish it was that positive, but it is not. It's a little darker.
Okay.
You gonna have another go?
Bring it down. We've been together through thick and thin. Unfortunately, we're in a bad place and we have no money, no shelter. We've found an apple on the street and we're going to share it and I'm going to give you the peelings.
So hopeful, but no. When someone says that to you, they want to peel an apple with you, you are in trouble.
Oh my god.
So in Dutch it is, met jou heb ik nog een appeltje te schillen. Next one.
Yeah.
That is a package from my heart.
That is a package from my heart. Is that just like I've given you a really nice gift and I've thought a lot about this?
No.
Is it like you just took something that meant a lot to me?
That is a package from my heart.
Oh, is it like, oh, that's a weight off my shoulders?
Exactly.
So am I Dutch?
This is one step closer to Dutch citizenship. Dat is een pak van mijn hart. Yes, bye. I know you longer than today.
Oh, yeah, I'll see you later and I'll see you again and again type of thing?
No.
Who do you think you're kidding? I know who you really are.
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm just shocked by that. I was so nervous with it, I'm not gonna get any of them.
Ja, dag, ik ken je langer dan vandaag. Someone is like trying to convince you of like, oh yeah, I'll give you the money back tomorrow.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I know you're not.
Yeah.
Okay.
First, I will read the alphabet in Dutch, so you know how we call the letters. Then I will discuss each letter in detail. The majority of the letters is like in English, but the vowels and some consonants are different. And then, and this is quite difficult for foreigners, the combination of vowels, so-called diphthongs. And at the end, the combination of consonants. Let's start with the right Dutch pronunciation of the alphabet itself, 26 letters. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. In the rest of the lesson, when I refer to the letters, I call them in Dutch. So when I say A, it is this letter and not this one. And when I say I, it's this one and not this. Okay, if you're ready for the real job, let's start. The A, the letter A, can be pronounced two ways, short as A and long as A. A vowel is pronounced short when the end of the syllable is a consonant like in kat, which means cat, and plural cotton. The extra T is to stress that in plural the short sound A should be preserved. The long sound is pronounced with two A's after each other, like in raam, which means window. Or when one A is not followed by a consonant at the end of the syllable, like in ramen, which is plural. The B, the letter B, like in Bart, which is my name. There are some words that end on a B, which is then pronounced like a P, like web, same meaning as in English. I will use the purple in the rest of the video when one letter is pronounced actually as another. C, the letter C, can be pronounced as an S, like in civil, which means civil, or as a K, like in Castricum, which is the name of a village. The D, the letter D, like in dat, which means that. But at the end of the word, the D is pronounced as T, like in woord, which means word. The E, the letter E, as short vowel A, as long vowel E. Gek, which means crazy. Veel, which means many. The only exception of two A's, not pronounced as A, is in the article een, which means a. You can pronounce this word also as een, but then it means the digit one. The A is pronounced as e when it is in an unstressed syllable, as in lopen, which means to walk. The F, the letter F, like in fiets, which means bike, the Dutch way of transportation. G, the G, clearly different from English and for most foreigners an unusual rough sound. G, like in groot, which means big. H, the letter H, like in hand, which means hand. I, the letter I. The I as short vowel is pronounced as E and as long vowel as I. Kip means chicken. Lief means lovely. Now the I's long vowel is an exception in writing, where the other long sounds are written as two of the same letters. With I, it is a combination of I and A. In two specific situations, the I is pronounced as e, when the word has an unstressed ending on I plus G, like in smerig, which means dirty, and I plus S, like in notaris, which means notary. The J, the letter J, like in jaar, which means year. The K, the letter K, like in klomp, which means wooden shoe. L, the letter L, like in laat, which means late. M, the letter M, like in man, which means man. N, the letter N, like in nu, which means now. O, the letter O as short vowel O, as long vowel O. Bos, which means forest. Boom, which means tree. P, the letter P, like in potlood, which means pencil. Q, the letter Q. Q is only used in foreign words followed by the letter U, pronounced as Q, like in aquarium, same as in English. R, the letter R, like in raam. S, the letter S, like in stom, which means stupid. T, the letter T, like in taal, which means language. There is one exception, sometimes, not always though, when the T is followed by an I, it is pronounced as ts, like in politie. U, the letter U, as short vowel pronounced as e, and as long vowel as U. Bus, same meaning as in English. Muur, which means wall. V, the letter V, V, like in veel, which means many. In Dutch, the V is pronounced quite close to the F. W, the letter W, W, like in water, which means the same as in English. There are some words that start with a W followed by an R. In this case, you pronounce the W as V, V, like in wraak. X, the letter X, X, like in xylophone, which means the same as in English. The I, in spelling we say Y or Griekse I, Greek I, pronounced like I as in xylophone, or J, J, like in rayon. Z, the letter Z, Z, like in zon, which means sun. That was the alphabet, but in terms of pronunciation, the real difficult stuff starts only now. Let's deal with the vowel combinations, in other words, diphthongs. A plus I together makes the sound ei, like in weinig, which means few. I plus J is also pronounced as ei, like in the word jij, which means you. Exception, when a word ends on lijk, then it is pronounced as luk, like in lelijk, which means ugly. O plus U makes au, like in koud, which means cold. A plus U makes au as well, like in pauze, which means break. O plus E makes U, like in koe, which means cow. U plus I makes ui, like in huis, which means house. E plus U makes eu, like in leuk, which means funny. These specific combinations are pronounced like eeuw and eeuw, like in leeuw, which means lion, and nieuw, which means new. These letter combinations are pronounced like I, oi, oi, oei, like in fraai, which means nice, mooi means beautiful, and hoi, which means high. And that's it for the vowel combinations. Let's now deal with the consonant combinations. C plus H makes G, same sound as the letter G, like in lachen, which means to laugh. But it can also be pronounced as sh, like in chocolade. S plus J makes sh, like in meisje, which means girl. S plus C plus H, SCH, makes sch, like in school. It's difficult to pronounce, but really a lot of Dutch words start with this letter combination. N plus G makes ng, like in ding, which means thing. N plus K makes nk, same as in English, like in dank, which means thanks. And for the English, K plus N we pronounce both. So knie means knee. And that's all. And the next words are difficult, but you can do it with the knowledge of this video lesson. Huisgenoten, huisgenoten, which means housemates. 88, 88, which means 88. Ruggengraat, ruggengraat, which means backbone. Koeienuier, koeienuier, which is the cow's udder. You now know how to pronounce Dutch words. It's a lot of information, and for a good understanding I recommend to watch back this video a few times. More online courses you can find on learndutch.org, and there is also a written version of this lesson. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I regularly post new video lessons for learning Dutch. And if you find this lesson useful, you'll do me a great favor to like and share it in social media. If you have questions, just comment on this video in YouTube and I will personally answer. See you back on our website, or as we say in Dutch, tot ziens. Let's start with ourselves. Ik. Ik. Ik heet. Ik heet. Ik heet Willem-Alexander. Ik heet Willem-Alexander. You recognize him? It's our king. Ik ben. Ik ben. Ik ben Maxima. Ik ben Maxima. And she's the Queen of the Netherlands. Man. Man. Vrouw. Vrouw. Jongen. Jongen. Meisje. Meisje. Een. Een man. Een man. De. De man. De man. Het. Het. And now you're thinking that's another definite article. Yes, it is. How do you know when to use which? You just need to learn it with every word. But I will tell you. Het huis. Het huis. Hallo. Hallo. Hoi. Hoi. Goed. Goed. Slecht. Slecht. Morgen. Morgen. Morgen can also mean tomorrow. Goedemorgen. Goedemorgen. Avond. Avond. Goedenavond. Goedenavond. Dag. Dag. But dag can also mean hi or goodbye. You can use it for greeting and for saying goodbye. Goedendag. Goedendag. But this is quite formal. You don't say it just to friends. Tot ziens. Tot ziens. Tot means until. Tot ziens is until I see you. Informal is doei. Doei. Some people even say doeg. Doeg.